I'm gonna make this video to unmask the so-called influencers that say that they come to Vietnam and they live in Vietnam. Let's see. Let's watch the camera. I'm in my hotel right now. Like I said, this is a video to unmask those influencers of all races. I don't want to mention anyone in specific, but they all say that they live in Vietnam. It's not true. Vietnam has one of the toughest immigration policies in Southeast Asia. Pretty much, they don't want any immigrants here, and they have the right to and agree with it because they don't want people from other countries come and ruin what they have in here. Look what they have in here. Look at this. This is just a normal hotel, you know. Look, and very affordable for anybody. But anyway, I was saying that don't believe those influencers, so-called influencers, that say that they live in Vietnam now. What they do is they come to Vietnam for 1 or 2, or sometimes days, and they make videos. They live in Vietnam and they create pages and web pages where they say that they help expats to move to Vietnam, especially to Da Nang, which is a paradise. But it's not true. It's not true. They come here for a few days, they shoot some videos, and they say they live in Vietnam and they've been living in Vietnam for years. That is absolutely not true. It's bogus. First, first of all, to come to Vietnam, you need to apply for an e-visa online. It costs you $25 for one entry, and if you want multiple entries, it's $50. You apply online. It takes about 5 to 10 work days, which is 2 weeks pretty much. So it's not immediate. You gotta submit your picture, passport, everywhere, everything. And then finally, they send you an email saying that you can go to the website and check the status, and then you can print your visa. Okay, that's what you get. You know, if you apply for to 20 days, that's what you get. You apply for 30 days is the max, which in reality is 29 days, and that's it. You are allowed to stay here 29 days, and that's it. If you wanna extend your visa, like in other Southeast Asia countries like Thailand or other countries, you cannot extend. I went to the Ministry of Immigration here, and they said that no, that's impossible. That at the end of my visa, I gotta get out of the country, or else I'm gonna be overextending my stay, and you're risking to be deported and never allowed in the country ever again. So it's serious. They don't mess around with that. I agree with all their laws. That's the way it should be in every country. You're not allowed to overstay. Big trouble for people that overstay their visas. So it's bogus information. Don't believe them. So anyway, if you wanna come back to the country or stay longer than 29 days in this country, you gotta do a visa run. Usually, people send them to Laos, which is you can fly to Laos. It's gonna cost you $200 round trip. Actually, you cannot even do round trip because it's not like in Thailand where you go out of the country and you can come back the next day and you continue your other 90 days stay. No, here now. Go to Laos. From there, you apply again for an e-visa again. Takes another 5 to 10 days in Laos, and then when you receive the approval, you print out that visa, and then you can come in again for another 29 days. So that's how I say, that's how I know that those so-called influencers are lying. And some of them are creating websites where they say they can coach you into moving to Vietnam permanently. It's not true. It's not true. Even if you marry a Vietnamese woman, for example, if you're an expat and you want to move to Vietnam, you cannot. They give you a temporary visa, and you cannot work with that visa. So how are you gonna do it? Are you gonna if you start a family here in Vietnam? How the hell are you gonna support your family, your wife, your new wife, and if you have a kid on the way or you already have a kid? So Please don't fall for that. Vietnam is a beautiful country, gorgeous. Definitely, I'm coming back several times, but like I said, I cannot claim. I've been in Vietnam for 2 weeks. I cannot claim I live in Vietnam. I cannot claim this is my house. This is a hotel. That's the front desk. You see, townhouse hotel. Look, it's beautiful, but some people do this. They say, "Oh, I'm in my living room in this beautiful condo in Vietnam that cost me only $200 a month, and look, it's high end and it's like a French palace." Bogus, 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 bogus. If anything, I'm here to debunk those, especially the people that say that move to Vietnam, start a family or whatever, a business. That's another thing. You cannot start a business here in Vietnam. They protect their citizens as they should, as we in every country in the world should. Our citizens first. Uh, Going to the people in the U.S. Anyway, no, you can't start a business here. First of all, you gotta partner with a Vietnamese person, and that Vietnamese person gotta have 60% of your business ownership. So you're a silent partner, only max owning 40% of the business. Even if it's your capital, if it's your full money and everything, you are not really the owner. You don't own that business. If that, God forbid, you partner with somebody who's not honest, they can screw you big time. They can say, listen, man, this guy is cheating on me financially or something, and they can make a claim, and guess who's going to lose the battle? Okay. You are in a foreign country, the foreign country government is going to protect their own citizens, so you're going to lose that claim. So unfortunately, unless you're bringing millions of dollars to open a big, huge company, declaring everything, starting everything with the actual government, yeah, I wouldn't start a business here, a small business, anything, because it's unreal. It's never gonna happen. So please don't sell all your things in the States or in Europe and move to Vietnam, because they're gonna kick you out. And this is a country where if you overstay, they will go wherever you are and they're gonna grab you and kick you out, and they're gonna fine you for every single day that you overstay, and that's a lot of money. And if you don't have the money to pay, they're gonna continue the process. And like I said, they don't mess around here as they should. They should. I agree with everything. I've never overstayed visas anywhere in the world, and no more than 100 countries. So don't overstay your visa in Vietnam. I guarantee you're gonna get it big. You can be permanently banned from the country. They have that authority. If you're like especially if you create problems here, oh man, they're gonna grab you, deport you, and ban you for life. I know a couple of people that I met in the Philippines that were banned from Vietnam permanently forever in their life. They cannot even try to buy a ticket to come here because they're gonna be arrested on the spot. And we're not talking about big things. I mean, I'm talking like you start a fight in the street with a local, or you go to a disco, to a to a nightclub, and start acting stupid. Police arrives, guess who's gonna be banned from the country permanently forever? They don't mess around. They don't want loud mouths. They don't like boots on the grounds here. You know what I'm talking about? They don't like that. And the police will respond immediately in less than a minute, and they will grab you. If they need 20 people to grab you and arrest you and take you to the car and to jail, they have the personnel here. So don't think because you're a big guy, you're gonna resist. If you resist, it's even worse. They put charges on you. And I know all this as a fact. I was talking with people that have gone through all that. So to close this video, not to make it long, when you hear those expats that they leave permanently, they have moved to Vietnam, they're lying to you. Those are bogus claims. Usually, it's people that have an online business, and that's what they do. They open a business. They say they're gonna walk you through every single step of the way to move to Vietnam. You can never move to Vietnam. You can never move to Vietnam. And driving around in the streets here in on several cities in Vietnam, I noticed that there's zero tourists in real life streets like in the cities. I was the only one riding in the, and everybody was looking at me because I immediately look a foreigner, like a foreigner. So they look at you, it's like they know you're a foreigner, and that makes them uneasy sometimes, especially in small towns. But the only place where you see a lot of Westerners like myself are in like the big tourist hubs, like the beaches in Da Nang, and not all the beaches. I'm talking about just the tourist beaches. I mean, there's some local beaches for locals, more beautiful than the regular tourists, and you'll stand out. You'll be that guy that don't belong. And so no, those are bogus claims. I mean, and let me tell you, if you want to come and see Vietnam with your own eyes, have a great experience. You will have a great experience, and also um, 29 days is more than enough. You can land. I recommend you to visit several cities, because if you stay in one city, for example, Hanoi is a government city. Everything is related to the government, big companies, and all that. It's a very busy city in the sense of government uh, business and transactions and whatever. But then you have the old quarter, which is like a tourist hub. It's designed for tourists. I mean, it's amazing. They cater to tourists in that specific area, which is I want to say about 5 to 8 blocks area. And then if you start walking away from that hub, the real Vietnam it starts looking like the real Vietnam. Normal, nice, like local people going about their own business. It's very nice actually outside the tourist hubs. The city is amazing. It's amazing. Everything is clean. People is very nice, friendly, civilized. Driving is a different experience in Vietnam. It's not as crazy as Philippines, but it's insane. If you don't have experience riding motorcycles, don't even try. You're gonna get yourself in trouble because people here know how to drive in their own way, and you don't. You're just gonna crash. You're gonna cause an accident. You're gonna get involved in some problems. I have 43 years of experience riding motorcycles, and even then, I had to learn how to drive in cities with a lot of like millions of mopeds around you. Like I did learn, to be honest, in Philippines. I learned in the Philippines um, how to ride mopeds in crazy traffic like they have in the Philippines and they have all over Southeast Asia, including China. They drive like nuts. Apparently, they drive like nuts, but they know what they're doing. You will never see a crash. You will never see an accident or a close call. You will not, because they know how to drive. Honestly, they've been driving, and I've seen kids here like 11, 12 in mopeds in the middle of insane traffic, in the middle of the road, in the center of the city. It's because the parents know that. I mean, that's reality. Eventually, they're gonna have to, be independent. So they give them a moped and they go learn. Find your way around, and they learn. I've seen kids driving nice scooters and professionals. They wear the helmet and they know what to do. But anyway, and then from Hanoi, go to different cities, the big cities, but don't stay in the tourist hubs because you're gonna waste your time. Walk around outward towards the real city, to the real life city. Da Nang, for example, even though the tourist area, the beaches, and that little island they have, it's a long island full of beaches and some high luxury hotels. But then you cross the River Han, and boom, you're in the real Da Nang, real life Da Nang, and everything is amazing. It looks like downtown New York. You have tall buildings, very wide open roads. It's nice, and the weather is super nice. And then you have cities like um, Hanoi, Hanoi, Bien Noi, all along the coast in going from north to south, the coast to the East Sea. You will see amazing, very amazing views and very amazing cities, smaller cities, but they have gorgeous landscapes, seascapes, beaches, and everything. And then you can work your way to Ho Chi Minh, which is it's better than Hanoi. Let me tell you, it's less cold. as in, like I said, it's not a government city. It's a commercial city. You know, you see a lot of commerce here. And I'm right now. This hotel is smacked downtown Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as Saigon. But again, please, this is a warning video against influencers that say that they can move to Da Nang, and they will take your money. They will tell you, "Oh, pay me $1,000, $2,000. I will walk you through." There's nothing to be walked through about. You can get your own visa online. You don't need to be special. Get your own visa online and wait for the visa. Buy you plane ticket. They have a direct flight from the States or from Europe to directly to Da Nang. Da Nang has an international airport. So land in Da Nang and you can go north to Hanoi, either flying or taking the bus. The bus is about 20 bucks. That's another thing. Before I came to Vietnam, I watched those videos. I don't want to mention the influencer. People say that he was banned from Vietnam because he was scamming people. I wouldn't want to mention his name, but he was promoting his business that he can walk you through moving permanently to Vietnam. You cannot. I'm telling you right now, you cannot. You can come as a tourist, 29 days, and then you gotta leave the country. And if you wanna come back, you gotta apply again for the visa. So don't fall for those influencers. It's bogus. It's bogus, guys. You're just gonna lose your money, and you're gonna get in trouble with the law here because they don't mess around. Also, the hotels here are dirt cheap. This hotel, believe it or not, where I'm staying is $19 a night. Oh yeah, going back to the influencer, he made a video saying that taking a bus from Hanoi to Da Nang was $8, which is 100 dongs, 100,000 dongs. Complete lie. It's not true. The cheapest sleeper bus you can get from Hanoi to Da Nang is gonna cost you $25. Dollars, yes. They have the luxury. It's a little bit wider. The bed. That's the only thing, and it costs you $40. Almost 1 million dongs. So yes, be careful. You know, it's like traveling to any country. Of course, you gotta behave here when you're here. You gotta behave. Don't be starting fights with the locals. Don't be loud. You know, there's no boots on the ground here. It's stomping grounds or something, whatever it's called. That's why. By speaking of that, those rowdy tourists that you see online creating a lot of ruckus in different cruises or countries, I haven't seen any here. Zero of those. Zero. Because they get caught, investigated, and they get banned for life, including that influencer I'm telling you about. I don't know what he did here, but he was banned. And now I think he's in Cambodia making videos again or something like that. But he was kicked out of Vietnam. So share this video. Be careful. There's no moving to live permanently to Vietnam. So don't be selling the farm. Don't be selling the tractor trailers and moving, hoping that you're gonna move to Vietnam just like that and you set up shop and now nobody's gonna tell you anything. Now they protect their people here and you're gonna stick out. And if they see you too long in an area, they're gonna denounce you. They're gonna say this guy's been here for 2 3 months. I don't know what's going on, and they will come and grab you. So don't do it. Respect the country, respect the culture, respect the locals. Come visit, see, take videos, go to the tourist places, and then go somewhere else or go back home. That's what it is. Let's call it like it is. Okay. So all right, that's it. Today is Sunday, the 29th of March, 2026. Beautiful country. It's amazing country. Leaves other countries in Europe like way behind. Let me tell you. Okay, if you say that we live in the first world, actually we don't. This is the first world. People here is amazing. The economy is amazing. You see people thriving here, making money. There's a lot of business. Everybody owns their own business. The economy is moving real fast. And about that crisis, about the Iran war and the shortage of gas is absolutely not true. I just made a video. You can go watch it. Okay, anyway, have a great day. Share this video. Again, nobody comes and moves permanently to live in Vietnam. That's bogus. It's not true. It's not true. Peace and love.